Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. It's no more news that Nigeria is going through a lot when it comes to the issue of insecurity. Shina Pillars had actually talked about the issue of scrapping the Defense Corps, but obviously, from all indication, that was a wrong move, knowing fully well that some of his orderlies, some of his security aides has actually been the same corps, the same security operative that he's trying to scrap. That's another news. But very quickly, Nigerians are going through a lot, and the police have decided to raise alarm over what is going on under their nurseries. Now they're calling on Nigerians. Now the solutions now is no longer in the hands of the security personnel, but now in the hands of well-meaning Nigerians. Before we go into the news proper, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly go into the news. Well, according to the news, some robbers are applying for the ongoing police recruitment exercise and thus getting themselves into the system. This worrisome development was made known by the chairman of the Police Service Commission, Musliu Smith. Smith said this trend is a serious danger to the lives of Nigerians who expect much more from the force. Well, in Benin Kebbi State, the leadership of the Police Service Commission (PSC) has cried out over its notice of criminal elements making their way into the Nigerian police force through the ongoing recruitment exercise. Musliu Smith, the PSC's chairman, made this observation during a sensitization and town hall meeting in Benin Kebbi State as at Monday, January 31st. Smith expressed worry over the state of security across the country. If such persons are recruited into the system, then there's need for us to be worried. He said the task of policing requires the best of citizens who will secure rather than endanger the lives of the people or threaten their existence. Now, Smith said, and I'm quoting him now, said, if our responsible and upright young ones are discouraged from joining the police, where are we going to source for the police officers of our dreams? He asked the question. Police and policing are a noble act and deserves the best of the society to join and change the narrative on the issue of internal security of our nation. We must raise alarm if we notice not so good persons applying to join the police. There have been cases of robbers finding their way into the recruitment camp. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police Usman Baba had warned commandants of the Police College at Force Headquarters in Abuja against extorting recruits. IGP Baba gave the stern warning as at Wednesday. During his meeting with the commandant, he reminded top officers of the command that President Muhammadu Buhari-led government has zero tolerance to any form of corruption. The police chief stated, and I quote him now, "Let me use this medium to remind you of this administration's zero tolerance to acts of corruption or extortion of any form. Accordingly, there must be no form of extortion of the recruits by the directing drill staff or any other staff of the police colleges." Now, this is sad. I must say this. Now, we, some months back, call it a year or two, that's #EndSARS, that almost crippled the economy in that short period it existed, that in 2020, I think it started sometime in September, but it climaxed at started in October, but climaxed in 20th of October 2020. We don't need that kind of protest. And this may lead to it if, just like the PSC said, the police commission says, if men of dishonesty finds their way into the system. Road jarring, quote and unquote, egunje, quote and unquote, will become a norm. Already, Nigerians see it on the roads, but we all know that it's illegal to a great extent, but just for peace sake. But when such criminals find their way in, when they say police is your friend and you have an issue with criminality in your area, or you would prefer reporting the matter to a vigilante than to a police. Now imagine legalizing illegality. Imagine giving power to someone who ought to be in prison. Rather than the people being protected, they will be threatened. It may even be a crime for you to be a law-abiding citizen. Like the one that Sahara mentioned some hours ago, where a landlord somewhere in Lagos, Ikorodu in particular, saw some security personnel trying to, as usual, their usual way of going to suburbs, places that are not well known, and they now started extorting tricycle operators. In Nigeria, they call them keke nape riders. And this landlord, a young man, obviously a web developer, decided to accost them with so much decorum. Look, guys, these guys are making an honest living, and in that part of the state, keke riding is acceptable, is legal, and they got very vexed. They took their anger upon a citizen they ought to protect. Now, if you get the wrong people in, we keep shouting. One of the reasons why they wanted NSAS was simply because of the level of maltreatment they gave to Nigerians. Hence, they wanted it scrapped. One of the things they asked for during the policy change and all that, communicate recommendations for change for NSAS, was training and retraining of staff. But when somebody have integrity issue, because honestly, I would have thought that one of the criteria, personal opinion now, one of the criteria of joining the force, you should have an implicable records. You should not be found a thief. And if for any reason they check your records one time or the other, you have been into one form of illegality, they should throw you out. And it should be for very noble people. It should be something that, I think most Nigerians are now looking at the police and policing as something for miscreants. They're seeing it as not degrading. Okay, look at the outcry we had the other time that Southeast had very minimal people who apply for the police recruitment. And sometimes this I know you thing is not making people to genuinely go in for federal jobs like that. That's one. And two, if you see the number of people who applied in the northern part, it's as if there's an agenda for the north now to flood all the security personnel. They already, they can't have a number. But right now, police, they are really moving in. What are the southern youths doing? Genuine guys. I'm not referring to those who have sinister intentions. Nigerians need to wake up. Noble guys need to wake up. If you're crying over insecurity, if you have a cause to protect lives and property, what are you waiting for? Pick up that police form, join, and help protect and preserve the nation. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section.